Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's installment of Renegade of Wrestling. I am, as always, your host, JJ Williams, here to bring you my thoughts on what's been going on in wrestling over the past week. Now, you may have noticed I didn't come to you last week, and that's because overall I thought Raw was just kind of last week, so I didn't have a whole lot to talk about. But with what happened over the course of Raw last week, Smackdown, TNA Hardcore Justice, and then tonight's Raw, I think I got a few things that I want to get off my chest here. First thing I'm going to address is the Beth Phoenix heel turn, followed by the Natalya heel turn, which I'm getting a thumbs up from the cameraman behind the camera. Thank you, cameraman. I am loving the fact that these two broads that can actually wrestle and work are getting the opportunity to wrestle and work. Last week, Beth won this battle royal that was already mired by controversy because Gail Kim slid under the bottom rope like a couple of seconds into it and then asked for her release, quit, whatever. But Beth won this battle royal, and Kelly's sitting there on the microphone talking about, "Go Beth, way to go Beth, that's my girl," only to get owned after the match by the Beth heel turn. Thank you, Beth. I don't know if it was one of CM Punk's perks that you get a push in his re-sign or what it was, but I pray to God, and I will go on record on the Dad's Prediction show this weekend, I want Beth Phoenix to own Kelly squared on Sunday. Kelly should not even have that belt. I want to see Beth win, throw that belt down, and resurrect the women's title. Please, Beth, if you see this, do it. Which was followed by the Natalya heel turn on Smackdown, where Natalya got to go up against her friend AJ, who she's been coaching and guiding to the ring, her and Caitlyn, and such buddy. And then she beat the piss out of that little skanko too. Thank you, Natty. I'm repping the family for a reason here. I have always been a fan of the Hearts. Natty is my girl. I mean, hell, my daughter's name is Natalie. For a reason, folks. Just throwing that out there. Natalya, I commend you on your heel turn. I hope that we get to see the Sisters of Destruction together a little bit more in the coming weeks. However, with one of you being on Raw and one being on SmackDown, I doubt that'll happen too much unless Beth gets the gold. Or silver, as it were, right now. But I digress. Friday, we had a slew of releases. The Masterpiece Chris Masters, Vladimir Kozlov, Melina, and David Hart Smith. Okay. A lot of people are going on Facebook talking about why is David Hart Smith released and Tyson Kidd isn't. You know, because David Smith, Harry Smith, as Punk called him by his rightful name, because David Hart Smith carried the Hart Dynasty. I have to say, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I've got to say that as long as Natty's got a job, her man's got a job. I would hate to speculate that, but something just tells me that as long as Natty's got in good graces, Tyson's going to be right there with her. Melina, it sucks that another good female worker is out of the division, but at the end of the day, Melina's fucked over so many people, both figuratively and literally backstage, that it's kind of one of those hate to see her go, but I love to watch her leave situations. Vladimir Kozlov, does anybody really care? I mean, the last I saw, he was on NXT making fun of JTG doing a rap gimmick. And I'm sitting here looking at him and I'm like, really? Really? Taking a page out of the Miz's playbook. Really? The Masterpiece. That's my boy. You know, Cali Love did a promo for the Dads on Wrestling, which you can check out on the YouTube. We might even be able to squeeze an interview out of him. We're trying to negotiate that right now. Try to get him connected with Long Beach Clothing Company. Don't know how that's gone down yet, but the Masterpiece has always been a chill dude. He's always done right by the Dads on Wrestling, so we're going to continue to support Chris Masters.
Maybe we got him fired for doing the promo.
You know what, Jeff? I hadn't even thought about that, but it's always possible. We know that some of the higher-ups in the company have seen our program, so, you know.
Bruno, if it happens, sorry.
If that's what happened, then I'm sorry, Chris, but you've always done right by us, so we're standing tall by you. Hope to see you on the SoCal indie scene real soon at Gorilla or Mach 1 maybe, or NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Marquez, get on it. Get on it. But anyways, and then today I find out that 8 more talents were released from Florida Championship Wrestling, one of whom included Lucky Cannon. Sorry, Lucky, you know, you were a good talent on NXT. I kind of was pulling for you, but not a big loss. Hardcore Justice. I didn't actually watch the pay-per-view because I got better things to do with my $40, and I'm not going to get in trouble for going to an illegal stream over some TNA. What I will give them is the new Knockouts champion, Winter. Thank you, Winter, for becoming champion. As much as I loved Mickey as champion, I am glad to see Winter with a championship belt, because they were never going to do it in WWE. Never, ever, ever. And she's a hard worker. She's a good worker. She's a double champion now, actually, because she also won past Thursday, I believe it was, the Wild Championship. Shout out to Travis. Way to go, becoming a double champion in the same week. That's awesome. That is awesome, Winter. But my question is why wasn't Mexican America put over better? Beer Money has had their tag straps for going on 15 years, and the company hasn't even been around that damn long. And here's a team that has got great heel momentum, and they should have gotten put over for the belts. And it would have made it even better if Sarita and Rosita had gotten their straps back, and the entire faction would have been tag champions. You'd have had the Knockouts tag title and the regular tag titles, because let's be honest, nobody in that faction is going to get a singles title anytime soon. Nobody. Hernandez might get a shot, but he won't get the gold. Not anytime soon. Which brings us to this week's Raw, and the further adventures of the Beth Phoenix heel turn. This time decimating Eve, who I will give Eve some credit. She isn't like the Bellas and the Kelly Kellys. She actually gets out there, she trains. I know she does MMA. I forget which style is her area of expertise. It's either judo or jiu-jitsu. I don't remember which one. But it's interesting that out of all the Barbie dolls they could have fed Beth on her road to the gold, they gave her Eve, because she can actually work. And then you had Punk Cena. Hold on, before I get to Punk Cena, I want to talk about how they gave away Morrison and Truth. That match should have been at SummerSlam, and I'm hoping they make Dolph Arai at the pay-per-view. But John Morrison versus R-Truth has been building up now for 2-3 months since John got injured the first time. Then they brought him back on the All-Stars edition and re-injured him. And he came back, and they gave away that match on free TV. Who's writing this shit? Vince Russo? Just wondering.
And Morrison jobbed.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, anonymous cameraman Jeff Meacham.
Like I was anonymous. Shut up.
I just had to say that because Jeff was like, before we roll camera, I'm going to try my best to bite my tongue so I don't say anything. And
I was trying, but you're talking about Masters. I feel bad for his ass getting fired, so I thought it was our fault. But the Morrison thing, yeah, I know. Anyway.
But they gave away this match on free TV that very easily could have been at SummerSlam, especially since John Morrison is billed as from Los Angeles, California, wrestling in front of his hometown crowd, so to speak. And they totally botched that. But Punk and Cena, and the epicness that is their storyline. I almost want to bring Jeff in for this, but we can't kill the time, so
I can talk for a second, but, you know.
I just want to say that if Cena wins on Sunday, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Like, seriously. WWE Land has completely botched the greatest thing that they had going for them if Cena wins on Sunday. And that's not anti-Cena hate. That's just cold, hard facts. Ever since Punk cut his promo at the Vegas from Raw on June 27th, CM Punk has been the best thing WWE had going. It kind of culminated in Money in the Bank with winning the belt and leaving. It got taken further with his rogue promos at Comic-Con and on Jimmy Kimmel, I think it was, that he popped up on. And it's gone further since he's returned. CM Punk needs to win on Sunday, hands down. And I do not care if he wins clean. I would rather not him win with Triple H screwing Cena to go heel. And I would not like for him to win with the Revolution coming in and helping him. The Revolution that's kind of been teased over the past weeks with Colt Cabana, possibility of Kings of Wrestling, who we know have all but pretty much signed and not debuted. There was even a sign in the crowd tonight for Kevin Steen. Could be another Renegade. Yeah, Jeff likes what I did there, calling him a renegade on the Renegade of Wrestling. But anyways, I would rather Punk win clean, but if he has to win with his Revolution securing it for him, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because it will just mean greater things. And I really believe that that's what all these firings over the past week were for, was to make room for money for Claudio Castagnoli, Chris Hero, Colt Cabana, possibly a guy like Kevin Steen, maybe even a guy like Joey Ryan, who got relieved of his duties over the weekend as NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood booker and talent. That's a sad day in SoCal when Joey Ryan is no longer on SoCal TV. Hollywood's own isn't on NWA from Hollywood. I'm going to leave it there. Be sure to be on the lookout for Dad's on Wrestling SummerSlam Retrospective Part 3 this week, coming to you live once again via Memorex from Staples Center. Be on the lookout for the Dad's on Wrestling Prediction Show, hopefully this Saturday. And then we will see you live from SummerSlam Access. I will be there. My woman will be there. Jade will be there, so the Moms in Wrestling will be in effect. And of course, your favorite talk host and mine, Jeff Meacham, will be in the house at Access and at Hooters, and we will see you then.